Welcome to Just Ask Freeman. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is president and CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated with over 45 years experience serving Maryland, Virginia, and the Washington, D.C. area. To our viewers at home, we're going to talk a little bit today about a very important topic. I know people are wondering, how do you maximize your Social Security? What if you're married? What if you're divorced? What if it's single that you're working with? All of these things we're going to talk to Freeman about, because you know, if you have questions about maximizing Social Security, what do? You just ask Freeman, and that's what we're going to do today. Freeman, how are you?
I'm just fine and ready to discuss and provide this financial literacy centered around maximizing Social Security for married couples and divorced couples. I think folks need to know. Yes.
Why? In your opinion, Freeman, because I know that you've spent a lot of time assembling the information for the shows, why is this a topic that's very important to you to discuss to the viewers at home?
Well, I'm glad I'm married. One thing, it's not a divorce situation here. But I have a lot of clients who have come to me and that are married, and they don't know when to file for their Social Security, and also how to maximize their benefits and take advantage of the opportunity that married couples have, whereas singles do not have these opportunities. All right, let's look at the spousal benefits.
Okay.
All righty. Now, spousal benefits can provide the spouse, that is, a spouse who has a lower benefit than the working spouse, who have a greater benefit, can get up to 50% of the spouse who has the higher benefit.
Okay.
Now, the criteria, of course, is that this can be done at full retirement age, at this point, age 67. And let's say, for example, the spouse who has the lower benefit says, well, you know what I'll do? I can either take the benefit at age 62, then the spouse who earns or has the higher benefit wait to full retirement age 67 or even 70 to get 32% more in their Social Security benefits. So there's a couple of choices, either 62 or 67. And Cynthia, you say, well, why would the spouse who has the lower benefit start their benefit at age 62?
Right, right.
Simple. They may not have enough money to fill the income gap for the spouse who received the lower benefit at full retirement age. And she's 62 or he's 62. That's a 5-year gap there. That income may have to be filled. So taking the Social Security benefit, even at full retirement age 67.
Okay.
All righty, getting half of the spouse. The spouse with the higher benefit can wait to age 70 and then turn on his or her Social Security benefit with a 32% increase.
Wow,
so
okay.
That's nice. Now, let's talk about the divorced spouse.
Yes, we have to, because that happens.
That happens, of course. Now, the divorced spouse may be eligible for benefits. There's a disclaimer in here.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. You must be married at least 10 years.
Okay.
And the divorced spouse can look at the record of the spouse who has the higher benefit and wait till full retirement age and take the higher benefit, or start a little earlier. Now, the thing is, the claimant, that is the one who's receiving or who's eligible
for the benefit?
With the lower benefit, here's the kicker. They have to be unmarried.
Ooh, okay. So you cannot be remarried and trying to claim.
You cannot be remarried
okay.
And claim the benefit of your ex. No. So that's the kind of little kicker in there. So maybe the claimant says, well, it's not really worthwhile. I'm going on and marry my new spouse. Okay. Now, the spouse who is divorced have the higher benefit if the claimant is eligible for the higher or the portion of the ex's Social Security benefit,
Okay.
it does not impact the spouse who have the higher benefit. But the kicker is, or the claimant cannot be married in order to receive the benefits of the ex-spouse.
Okay.
But it's a 10-year criteria as well.
Okay.
All right. Now, the thing is, I've looked at coordinating these benefits so that there's no income gap. Well, a lot of times, if it's the participant who has the lower benefit, they might be in a lower tax bracket, or they may have a lower income, and they come and say, well, Freeman, I'm going to take my Social Security benefit of my ex, based on my ex's record now, and they're 62.
Okay.
Well, actually, they're going to have to wait until their full retirement age, 67, in order to execute that percentage or the higher benefit from the ex. Can do it earlier, like the spousal benefit. We could start at 60 or 62, as
Okay.
opposed to the difference between that, the spousal and the divorced spouse. All right.
Wow, this is a lot.
It is. It's quite quite a lot to digest.
It is.
And you really have to sit down, and that's why I am so glad I have the software to determine the amount of the benefit of all ages. Well, actually starting at age 62 up to age 70. And to help a client who's in a situation who either has divorced or that spouse is not working, and how that income can fill the gap there until the full retirement age, or the higher, or the spouse who has the higher benefit can start their Social Security. So you can fill the income gap there to help them out there a little bit on these benefits. And it can be kind of complex too. That's why I rely on the information I get from SSA.gov.
Absolutely.
And also the software that has been designed to keep abreast of the different changes with Social Security benefits. And it is complex, Cynthia.
Yes.
The married couple, the spousal benefit, the divorced couple, it's you have to really dig in there, and I'm grateful for the technology, and I could just help them avoid a costly mistake or the loss of the benefit, or they don't think about it, but I bring it to their attention. See, so that's the way that works. And folks, it's very simple. If you're in one of the three categories we just mentioned, just ask Freeman. Give us a call at 833-414-7233, SAFE, okay? Or take your smartphone, and there's a QR code right there, and schedule a complimentary consultation. That's all you have to do. Again, just ask Freeman. And if you have questions about your Social Security and your divorced spouse, how can I get benefits being, how can I take advantage of the benefits that being married, I'm not married, I'm not working, how can I get these benefits to aid and support the income that we'll need as we go into our retirement years? Very, very complex.
It is complex, Freeman. We better stop right there because I want to keep going, and I have so many more questions for you. But to our viewers at home, as Freeman mentioned, this is your opportunity to just ask Freeman questions about Social Security strategies, question about maximizing your benefits, married, divorced, or single. We know you have questions. Freeman is here for you. That number to call is 833-414-7233, 833-414-7233, otherwise known as SAFE. If you're rushing out the door, we've made it even simpler. Grab your smartphone, click on that QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That takes you right to the landing page of Financial Sources Incorporated. You can schedule your time with Freeman. Remember, we know you have questions, especially about Social Security, and you just have to do one thing. Just ask Freeman. We'll be right back momentarily. Don't go anywhere.
I was a student at Howard University and was transferred over to Federal City College at that time. I got a couple degrees in mathematics and statistics. I worked as a mathematician, mathematical statistician, climbed the ranks there, reached a pinnacle in my late 20s. This opportunity in the financial services world spanned it now over 40 plus years. It all started with me having an interest in mathematics, science, technology, and engineering. Started in the business, got licensed. I didn't have any fear. Let me share a personal story. I've been married to the same lady for 51 years. When I quit working as a mathematical statistician, she says, well, you've been successful in everything else. I'm 27 years old at the time. You'll be successful in this. And there was no looking back. I'm not the type of person that could work a job per se. I had to have, and a quote, I got this from a great mentor, freedom with responsibility. Because I always say, if you do this, you get nothing back. But if you do this and give, blessings flow. And that's basically how I started in this business and how my career started. Well, I have two careers, the first one and, of course, this one, which I love the best.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Freeman Owen Jr., President and CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated, with convenient locations in Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C., serving those areas now for over 45 years. Over 45 years. It's amazing. Today's show is all about maximizing your Social Security benefits, whether you're single, married, or divorced. A very important show. Freeman, I'm so glad that we're doing this show because I know people have a plethora of questions about how to file, when to file, what to claim, who to claim, divorce, single. It's a myriad, if you will.
Exactly.
But let me ask you, what makes Social Security different for married couples?
Well, with married couples, you have an opportunity to, who has the lower Social Security benefit can get 50% of the higher earning spouse who has the greater Social Security. And here's how it can be helpful. Let's suppose there is a need for income. Now, the lower earning spouse or the spouse who has the lower benefit can wait to age 67 and she can determine, or he can determine, do I want my own Social Security or do I want 50% of my spouse's? Well, she takes a half. He waits till age 70, increase his benefit 32%.
Wow.
At age 70. And what it does too, if in the event of his demise or her demise, who has the higher benefit, that spouse who had the lower benefit can now receive the survivor benefit,
oh, wow,
which has increased 32% instead of taking or continuing with her own Social Security benefit. So she can stop and say, well, I'll just take my husband or he says, I'll take my wife's higher benefit. And now that simplifies it, but it gets a little complex when it comes to the divorced couple. Yeah, because a lot could be involved in that.
Yes.
When I say a lot, let me clarify that or specify things like quadro. Or quadro is where they may have in their divorce decree to get half of the retirement benefit. So you have to weigh in the retirement benefit, such as a pension, half of a 401k, a TSP. I had the experience where the client was right at full retirement age. The gentleman was. He had a $1 million TSP.
Okay.
Now he's going through the divorce. The spouse had a lower Social Security benefit, but in the divorce decree, she wanted to have part of his Social Security and his pension and 50% of the TSP. Well, she got all that.
Wow.
The divorce decree provided, and she was unmarried.
Okay.
Excuse me, so therefore she qualified to get part of his Social Security. But it did not disturb his Social Security benefit, But what was disturbed was 50% of that $1 million employer-sponsored retirement account and half of the pension. And it was put into what a quadro format. And so
wow,
it got really, really complex with Social Security benefits, your pension, and the employer-sponsored retirement account, the thrift savings plan that he had. So it was quite it was interesting.
I can't even imagine what that was like.
I had to decipher and interpret the way that the divorced spouses wanted things, but their lawyer had taken care of a lot of that. So all I had to do was make sure that the Social Security benefits was correct. I made sure that I did a direct rollover to an IRA, and there was another incident where, almost similar, where I could do a direct transfer of an employer-sponsored retirement account of the divorced couple into the employer-sponsored retirement account of the ex. It did not, and then rolled over the other 50%. Yeah, it got real complex.
Yes.
So to a traditional IRA. And then I thought of a way, as we had discussed, how to start converting that traditional IRA to save on taxes and the possibility of lowering taxes on the Social Security benefit. Now, I described that verbally, but you got the clients. They were the first couple. They were compatible enough to sit before me, and
that's good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I didn't. I always say I'm not a social worker
or a marriage counselor. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But you can
just ask Freeman about Social Security benefits. You can ask me about spousal benefits. You can ask me about the divorce couples, how they handle their benefits, and single people. And if you want to know more, just ask Freeman. Take the time. Just ask Freeman. And call us at 833-414-7233, SAFE. Or take your smartphone. There's a QR code there and schedule your free, or I should say complimentary consultation. And when you do too, speaking of Social Security, we've got now even a Freeman tax test.
Ooh.
That software is awesome to show you how these benefits would work. And also we have Ask Freeman Risk, another piece of software there. So we have come up to the advanced technology.
Yes.
I know you've been following the show, folks, on Just Ask Freeman for several years now, but we've got the answers for you. And getting back to, again, divorced individuals, Just Ask Freeman. Let's say spousal benefits, Just Ask Freeman. All right. Single folks out there, they say, well, what about me? Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233, SAFE, and get a consultation on how to handle your Social Security benefits and the distributions, and how to avoid costly mistakes, and also how to maximize those benefits, Cynthia.
Absolutely, Freeman. Thank you so much. Viewers at home, just ask Freeman. And how do you do that? Call 833-414-7233, 833-414-SAFE. As Freeman mentioned, we also have new technology for you to visit and to actually learn from. It's so amazing. If you go to freemantaxtest.com. Once again, it's freemantaxtest.com. You will put in some information about yourself, whether it be your income, the value of your qualified accounts. Put that in there, and then you can see in a wonderful email that will be received by you from Freeman what your current tax implication is today. And then it would be like if you made some changes. So you can take a look at both scenarios, put anything in there. And also Freeman actually talked about this one, if you will, askfreemanrisk.com. That's askfreemanrisk.com. It's about your risk tolerance. So we're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to dive back into Social Security with Freeman when we return. But most of all, remember, just ask Freeman. He has the answers for you. We'll be right back.
Retirement planning can be stressful. We pride ourselves on being different from other financial planning firms. And during your initial meeting, we will get to know you and you will get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement, and together we'll design a plan to achieve your long-term financial goals. Our friendly staff will make you feel comfortable. The moment you walk in that door, call us today for your complimentary review. You deserve the retirement of your dreams. Just Ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Freeman Owen Jr., President and CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. And we're talking all about how to maximize your Social Security benefits. If you're married, divorced, single, we know you have questions. All you have to do is just ask Freeman. Freeman, one of the other things that people are often wondering is, can I switch between my own and spousal benefits? That's a great question. I mean, is someone locked in once they make a decision or a choice?
Well, not necessarily. Yes, you have the opportunity to switch between the spousal benefit, which you're entitled to, all right, if your benefit is much lower. And it depends on the timing. Now, you can't do this at 59 and a half or 45. This has to occur based on the specifications that is shown by the Social Security Administration. So you could switch over from the spousal benefit to your own benefit, and in the event of premature death of the higher benefit that is provided to your spouse, you can even switch again. Take that Social Security benefit as well, or if the or let's say, for example, your Social Security benefit is higher than maybe your spouse that is deceased. There's again, this is that's why it's so important to know when to file for these type of benefits. You can make mistakes. I've seen folks come to me and they've made the mistake.
Sure.
They prematurely filed for their Social Security benefit. They received the check, all right, and it's almost in the 12th month, and they only have a month to change their mind and rescind that benefit. The thing is, they would have to repay that 12 months of payout from the Social Security Administration. It's just that simple.
Okay.
But a lot of folks would say, gee, I've got to give that $2,000 a month that I received, that $24,000 or whatever the amount of the Social Security payout was. Yes, you would. And you only have one shot to do this. So folks, when you just ask Freeman, you've got to make sure that you receive your benefits, and I'm going to put in quotes, that you are entitled to. There's not an entitlement. You are entitled to the Social Security benefit in which you have paid for during your tenure while working, and even when you retire. You might work part-time. You're still paying into Social Security. So it's very important, Cynthia, that you know when to file for spousal benefits, how to maximize the benefit as a spouse. If you wish to convert to your own, how to do that without making mistakes, because SSA does not play. You make an error, that's on you. So that's why so many folks depend on me to, they say, well, we better just ask Freeman, because he'll guide us in the proper way to make sure that either we get our spousal benefit, if what to do if a spouse passes. Divorce individuals, know the rules. That's all you got to do, know the rules. What to do if you wish to switch from your own to a spousal benefit and then back to your own, and then wait and receive the higher spousal benefit in the event of the demise of your spouse who has increased his or her benefit 32% more. So it's, I enjoy it because it's a puzzle.
It is a puzzle.
When you have your clients very pleased on receiving their Social Security benefits, it's easy to supplement that Social Security with income-producing assets, which we're going to talk about later on. And speaking of, you mentioned the FreemanTaxTest.com. I want you to go there, folks, so we can determine the amount of taxes on your traditional IRA conversions, how it would mesh with your Social Security, and then your risk factors that Freeman, Ask Freeman Risk. And take a look at this book, The Top 10 IRA Mistakes and How to Avoid the Tax Traps.
Yes.
You know, a lot of our shows is centered around tax efficiency, tax efficient plans, bringing in Social Security, answering the questions that you've addressed to me in this segment. And it's important, divorce individuals. Spouses pass away, what to do? Can you switch between spousal and your own benefit? How to maximize those benefits? Very simple, folks. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. SAFE. Again, pick up that smartphone. There's the QR code there, and schedule a complimentary consultation.
Yes.
Now, Cynthia, we're getting ready to move to the end of this segment. I'm going to have you take us out.
Oh my gosh, well, I can't believe that this show went by so fast because, Freeman, we have so many questions about Social Security. And as you just explained, it's so much more involved than just turning it on as soon as you can. I mean, basically, you have to ask a lot of questions, determine someone's personal situation, and you are the perfect guide to help people make the right decisions when it comes to Social Security. So, Freeman, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, once again, you know what to do. Just ask Freeman. All of your questions about Social Security, he has the answers for you. That number to call is 833-414-7233, 833-414-7233, otherwise known as SAFE. Or, of course, you can grab your smartphone, click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That takes you right to the landing page of Financial Sources Incorporated. Schedule your time with Freeman. He wants to hear from you. He's been doing this for over 45 years and serving the Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C. area very well. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed. We look forward to seeing you back 1 week from today on Just Ask Freeman. Take care.